Today we'll discuss the first live-action Ben 10 movie, which many have called bad and garbage. A movie that featured as its enemy a dimensional alien who was preparing one of the first large-scale invasions of Earth. And that, in addition, became an enemy who tried to defeat Ben in future sagas. I rewatched the movie to see if it was as bad as people say and to revisit the old days of cartoon movies. While some things are wrong, many are really good. Knowing this movie impacted the universe, since it's basically canon, makes it even more significant. I'll explain later. This movie traumatized me, not due to the transformation effects, but because it showed the savior of the universe on an ordinary day. And we can't forget that Ben wasn't popular at school, he had bad grades, and for some strange reason he was bad at sports. We all know that after a summer fighting aliens, Ben should be in better physical shape than all of them put together. During the day he acted one way, but at night he was different. One of the best Ben 10 intros I've heard. Now, back to what's important. The movie starts by showing us Eon, the dimensional alien who is searching for the Omnitrix, but when he encounters Ben, he instantly possesses him. That was really easy, it only took 2 minutes. This makes Ben let his guard down during the movie, just as the enemy intended. And he will take advantage of this situation to analyze Ben's weaknesses and try to get his hands on the Armageddon, the portal. Although he will find that Ben's life is actually bad, his parents don't understand him. De Niro and JT keep breaking his nanites, just like these two, which I always wondered what they had against poor Ben. Anyone would get angry like that. Many of us would expect Ben to use XLR8 to do this, but actually he's gonna try to use forearms to do it.
Why wasn't it me? Why wasn't it me?
And looking at it closely, both work perfectly. Grandpa Max and Gwen realize the alien Ben met earlier was Eon, the first alien the Plumbers captured.
Based on the records, he was nearly dead and carrying something called the Hands of Armageddon. What was it?
Well, in short, it's a dimensional portal that starts an alien invasion which could destroy the Earth. More importantly for the saga, a time portal exists in multiple worlds. The very fact that Eon exists in any world is a danger of cosmic proportions. That's why we see Ben 10,000 here, helping his younger version. Grandpa Max tries to contact the old Plumbers to confirm that Eon is still imprisoned, but no one answers him. The doors are open and well, it's already too late. Eon knows about you. Grandpa Max knows it too, but he'll try to hide the truth from Ben to protect him. Although he actually does it in a really strange way, since he takes Ben directly to meet him. The Hands of Armageddon, the only place Eon needed to go. Well done, Grandpa Max. Eon and his henchmen obviously get in, if you're wondering how, since it's a super secret Plumbers location. Remember, Eon and his henchmen travel across dimensions, and Grandpa Max actually guided them. Could this be one of the worst? Grandpa Max, I'll check your comments below. Eon's henchmen create a distraction so their leader can reach his goal. Luckily, Eon lacks enough power to operate the Hands of Armageddon. Fun fact, in other timelines and dimensions, it required Clockwork's energy from Ben 10,000 and Way Big's super attack by Ben to work. Eon, seeking more power, tries to manipulate the Omnitrix but fails. Eon makes his true villain entrance only halfway through the movie, missing it at the start.
This is the part where you tell me your name, what are your intentions, you know? Then we fight, I beat you.
And I go home happy, something fair and similar to what Eon wants. Eon calls himself a prisoner of time, unable to return to his world. Now Ben is trapped and appears doomed. A plumber helps him escape, but for how long? Grandpa Max needs to speak with Ben as things have become complicated. We have to get you out of town. It's for your own safety.
What?
Ben is frustrated and his principal, also a plumber, tries to help. Ian arrives, knocks the principal away, and attempts to take the Omnitrix. Ben transforms into Diamond Head. Wow, the movie is almost over and we're just now seeing aliens. It doesn't matter, Ben has the perfect alien to fight, and since he's Diamond Head, age doesn't affect him. Could this be the end of Eon? You have the perfect alien to finish this, and you decide to just stand there. The battle is super disappointing. Honestly, for a Ben 10 movie, seeing only heat blasts, diamond head, and gray matter so far is disappointing. Who knows? Maybe it was due to their budget, or because it was a television movie, not for theaters. Either way, that's no excuse. It's a Ben 10 movie, and we all expect to see aliens beating the nanites out of each other. At the end of the day, Eon does manage to capture Ben, Grandpa Max, Gwen, the Plumbers, and by the way, he destroys the rust bucket. We can say anything about the movie, but Eon is definitely a cold, calculating villain. This villain gives us a lot of good information. Ever wondered why the Omnitrix only lets you transform for 10 minutes? Many thought it was due to the battery, but actually,
It's self-protection. And this makes it so that the alien's DNA doesn't trap you when you become one of them?
this is a perfect system, which we saw in the original series with the ghostly alien who was able to get out of the Omnitrix. They still make one thing clear, that his race, the Chromians, were a kind of gods who could control the elements and manipulate time. He also reveals they became extinct, but with the Omnitrix power, a portal could bring them back. Here we learn that Ion is a Ben Tennyson from another dimension, though we can only assume that dimension no longer exists. Here, in this movie, Eon just wants to reincarnate, but in the Ben 10 multiverse, he aims to be the sole Ben Tennyson across all dimensions. Alright, with all that said, here comes the bad news. By inserting his Chromian DNA into the Omnitrix, Eon removes the transformation time limit. Finally, with all that power, he activates the Hands of Armageddon. At this point, and given how things are, everything points to Ion having won, but the greatest plumber of all time. With Gwen's help, Grandpa Max escapes, foils Eon's plans, and attempts to destroy the Hands of Armageddon. This could cost Grandpa Max his life. There's a reason he's Ben 10's mentor and top plumber. On the other hand, with Gwen's help, he's trying to find the point where Ben wakes up. After a moving speech, Ben wakes up, defeats Eon's henchmen, and returns to normal. With Ben, Gwen, and the plumbers, they save Grandpa Max, who only needed to be unplugged. But anyway, just when everything seemed to be happiness, Eon appears again and tries to take over Ben. He has to use the abilities of Beast, an alien who is actually really epic. Beast will manage to evade Eon, and in what finally becomes a battle, we can see how Beast fights. With Gwen's help, he sends Eon to Armageddon, destroys the portal, and defeats Eon. Or at least that's what we were led to believe in Ben 10 alien supremacy. Professor Paradox, another time traveler, actually explains to us what happened to Eon.
That Ben thought that Eon was also destroyed, but he wasn't. He was actually expelled from that reality to the time portal.
This has caused Ion to move from dimension to dimension, absorbing every Ben 10 he encounters. But that's a story for another time. I'll share the story of Ion versus Ben 10,000 and a top list of the most powerful bosses in Ben 10 video games, since it's something I was working on. But anyway, you guys choose. I need to re-upload some of my most viewed videos because of copyright issues. Some suggested I make a second channel for uploads, but this has always been our Ben 10 channel. I was thinking about re-editing the videos, recording them again with the way I express myself now, and uploading them again, obviously in a much more high-definition format. However, I must consider that the channel has a copyright strike, which could eventually put it at risk. And, of course, the content I share on YouTube. So after thinking about it for a long time, I have decided to re-edit the videos and upload them to this channel first. My second channel, and then upload them to the main channel where they really belong. If you'd like early access and want to support me, please subscribe to this second channel to watch these masterpieces. First in advance, and second with care, since these videos are made that way. Well, that's all from me. Thank you very much in advance for helping me with this new project. That's all from me. I'm Frio, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.